everybody. Welcome back. It's Paula here with Paula's Imperfect Plans. Happy January. I hope y'all had a wonderful new year. So I am here today to do our monthly savings and sinking fund update, which I started doing last year. Oh, no, that is December. Which I started doing electronically not that long ago, or digitally instead of doing it all in cash. I do have some things in cash saving, so we will have to look at that somewhat. But what we're going to do, I have transferred all of the numbers from the end of November over into the last month column. Let me zoom this in a little bit. So we will go into current month, and then afterwards I will pull up the difference, the column that shows the difference. So for our insurance, that is vehicle and homeowners insurance premiums paid every 6 months, and we now have $400 saved towards our next premium, which is due in the month of May. For registration, we have $105. That's vehicle registration due yearly. For Mint Mobile, which is a yearly expense as well, we have $25 saved. We have $35 saved. Sorry about that. Trying to do some of this from memory. Property taxes, we still have $874. That is for our 6-month tax bill. It isn't due until March, but I pay it with like our magic month paychecks, or I pull the money aside for it with that. So it's just sitting in the high yield sinking fund, our savings account, until closer to when that is due. For propane, which is winter heating costs, that is now $405.21 that we have saved towards that. Gasoline, so we're in a little bit of just a different place with gas. We always paid it like in bulk or purchased it in bulk, and then I started to get a discount through a platform called RaiseRight, which is where you can purchase gift cards, and it's like set up through our school to go back to, so we get percentages back. Or typically the school gets percentages back, or whatever organization it is. It's a fundraising opportunity for the school. And this year, the school said to encourage people to use it, they're not keeping the money as fundraising. They're putting it on our bills. So our lunch accounts, our preschool tuition accounts, that kind of thing. So I started purchasing Quick Star gas cards to do gas that way. For gas, again, I'm already buying in some form to go back and put money towards my kids' school lunch account to decrease the amount out of pocket I have to pay for that. So I'm not funding the gasoline sinking fund as much as I'm trying to cash flow in our budget the Quick Star gas cards, but I still am trying a little bit to save money in here because we do still have the bulk gas barrel. Our UTV takes that, and some other things that at some point we will have to refill it. So I don't want to just not have money in there. It's this weird balance that I'm trying to figure out. Anyway, that was a long story to share that that's about the same account, or about the same amount. And then for daycare, our summer daycare sinking fund now has $1440 in it. Christmas has $0. That is all spent, and we are not saving for that in 2025 until after the new year. Vehicle repairs currently has $294.87. A little bit did get spent out of that. So I feel like maybe like 18 or something like that got spent. So not a whole lot, but a little bit did get spent of that. In our kids online sinking fund, I'm going to wait for kids because that also has the kids activities is just online. So that is $130.139. Excuse me, we did spend money out of there. Medical has $204.25. We have been putting more in that. We have also been spending out of it because our flex money is gone until July 1st when my husband's flex plan renews. Tattoos has nothing. We're not actively saving for that. Vacation has $13.27. That went down because I did book the flights. I also have booked the hotel for our trip, but I don't have to pay for it. Like, I have the cash to pay for it, but I'm going to keep it in the high yield until I have to do something, until I need to pay them. Our emergency fund still has $21.62. We did pause funding that up until we get to the first of the year. And then I need to add one. Well, I'll do it this way. So down here it has passports and it has 200. I'm going to put 405 there. 205 of it is in the high yield and 200 is in cash because I started it as a cash savings challenge, but I have been funding it through Transfer Tuesday, like digital transfers. So it's half and half, but altogether towards passports, we have $405 and it's fully funded. So I'm just going to put that there, even though I don't have all of that cash. I'm not going to create an entirely new line just to do that. So like I know we still have $84 in boots. I know that birthdays still has 197 because we've not spent anything out of there. Let's just pop in and see what some of these have. Annual has 1, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 95. Has 195, so nothing had been spent out of there. What other ones? Our kids cash envelope has 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 95, 105. Our home envelope has 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 95, 101. Gifts has $10. Garage has 0. Animals has 10 and 20. Did I also... Whoops. Hair has 22. 10, 15, 22. I didn't have anything saved for that. And then one of my mini Mondays, decided to start saving for my next haircut. Plan and budget has $5. Self-care has a lot of ones. 20, 40, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 76, 7, 8, 9, 80, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 90, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 95 in self-care. And then clothes has 10, 20, and 30. And that is it. So I believe that covers all of the expenses. So if I pull this up, this way, we can sort of look and see this is the difference. So obviously if they're negative or if we've lost money in them, it's got the negative sign in front of it. So we spent money out of kids, which we did a bunch of like all of the winter and spring park and rec stuff that I paid for with that. Medical, like I said, I had a $50 copay, $50 in meds, just some other stuff that would normally be paid for at Flex. And even here, so I took $2,060 out of this account, but we're only negative 1,404 from last month. So while I pulled that whole, $2,060 out to cover flights, still clearly putting money back in. The rest of these are showing positive differences. And clothes. We spent $30 on clothes somewhere. So now down here to the total, this is interesting because a lot of times it's still, so the total is negative. Which isn't actually all that common, but that big amount pulled out of that account does matter. So my total at the end of November of just all savings and sinking funds is $9,189.71. And at the end of December, it's $89,2380, which is a decrease of $287.91. The problem that I have, even though I like to see this like total saved number, it is a little bit discouraging because the reality is like these are all my variable expenses and a lot of the online sinking funds are saved for required expenses, actually most of them, other than like vehicle repairs, right? You save for that hoping you don't need it. The same thing probably for medical and emergency, but all of the rest of those I'm saving with the intent of purchasing things. So to save, to look at this and be like, oh, we went down. Well, like the purpose of those especially some of these up here is for bills. So they are going to see a decrease when those things do need paid. But anyway, that is my December savings update. I'd love to hear if you did any reflecting at the end of the year as to how you're saving or sinking funds, or any of your goals really went for 2024, and how you're feeling into the new year. So thank you guys for watching, for being here all the time. I appreciate it. Until next time, bye.